it will be July 5th. And if you follow me on Instagram and on TikTok, you will saw that I posted something about 1 year anniversary coming up, and that 1 year anniversary lands on July 5th. The significance of the 1 year anniversary is that it has been 1 year, July 5th, since 1 year, like July 5th of last year, since I had my last suicide attempt. And I just want to say off the bat, I don't expect this video to get a lot of views. A lot of my videos about mental health and me being Christian do not get a lot of views, and that's fine. And even with the Instagram story that I literally put up on 3 different occasions where I wanted people to send in questions that I can answer in regards to like me being Christian and dealing with like mental health and like my journey with like suicide ideation, things like that. No one sent in a question. People viewed the story. People that I would consider my friends viewed the story and everything, but no one sent in a question. Except for one person, Scylla, which if you watch my TikTok, she's the one that sent me they're actually right here, so I can show you. She's the one that sent me these. The video of that is on my TikTok, of me unboxing it and everything. Excuse me. But she's the only one that even replied to that story. What wasn't with the question, but her saying that she was like just grateful to have me in her life and that she's proud of me and that she appreciates that I'm still here. So you can only imagine how that just kind of helps with the growing of feeling like I am unappreciated and that people don't care about me. When I've been trying really hard to trust the community of people around me that I do call my friends. And I'm putting this part in the video, I'm saying this because it's how I honestly feel. And it connects with the premise of this video, I promise. Like, when it comes to anyone who doesn't deal with mental health issues, illnesses, things of that nature, and you have someone in your life, it could be family member, significant other, friend, whoever it is, and they deal with mental health issues, or they've been diagnosed with something. They either go to therapy for it, they have to take medication for it, or both, okay? And you say that, oh, like, I'm here whenever you need me, like, I'll always be here for you, like, you're not alone. Those words are very loaded words. Very, very loaded words filled with nothing. Nothing. Because, let me tell you something. Me being diagnosed with depression, anxiety, and borderline personality disorder, even just within the past month or so, my manic episodes and mood swings have been driving me up the wall. Up the wall. It's been bad. It's been bad to where even I'm gonna be real honest, and if y'all get uncomfortable with me being honest about my experience, then that says more on you than it does on me. Recently, when I was actually wanting to go to Bible study, because that day it was just so stressful. That whole day for me was so stressful because this happened on a Wednesday. So I was running on no sleep. I had an appointment with the chiropractor, and the only reason I went to the chiropractor is because it was free, and knowing that I couldn't afford any other things like appointments after that, because I am broke. Literally the only money I get is from cash assistance from the government, which goes by like that because I have to pay my phone bill and other stuff. I can't even afford my rent, but that's another thing. So I was dealing with that, and then I went to this program that I'm a part of called Fountain House in Manhattan. and I wanted to change the unit that I was in for something that I was like somewhat interested in, which they don't really have shit that I'm interested in. Because like what I particularly like, they don't have nothing for, and I only joined it just to like try to get more sense of community or whatever. But it's like literally every time I step in that fucking building, my anxiety goes up to 1,000. And the only reason I joined that program is because I have 2 friends who recommended it to me. Only reason I joined. But I got overwhelmed, and they had me just like, I had to like wait for a particular person to be able to like send the email to say that, oh, like Soraya wants to switch her unit, yada yada yada. She was taking too long. I was getting overwhelmed. I was hot. I was hungry, and so I left. And then I didn't leave to go home. I went to the library. I edited like 2-3 different videos that day, and I exported them. And yeah, by the time this video comes out, those videos are already up. They're all like K-pop videos. They're all up on my channel already. Then I go home. I actually had the energy to wash dishes, and also I literally had like $5 left on my Cash App card. $5 left. And I had ran out of toilet paper. I needed to buy a new sponge to be able to wash dishes, and I needed dishwashing soap. Literally the bottle of dishwashing soap that I was able to afford, along with a pack of 2 sponges and 1 roll of toilet paper, which is already gone, by the way, is already gone, because I pee an insane amount of times a day, because fight-flight response connected to my anxiety makes me pee a lot more than normal. All of that cost $4 and change. So I literally only have like 81 cents, 70 something cents in my Cash App. And I don't know when the hell my Cash App is gonna come in next. But then that's gonna blow away, because $60 goes to my phone bill. I have to put money on my Magic card, money from my laundry card for me to do laundry. And then whatever change I have left for myself, I have to buy shit for my house. Like paper towel, toilet paper, shit like that. So I was stressed about that. But I went home, I did dishes, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to Bible study tonight, because it's been too long since I've been to Bible study, you know. So I make the effort. I re-showered. I never take 2 showers in one day. Rarely ever take 2 showers in one day. It already takes a lot out of me to take 1 shower a day. I re-showered. I got redressed in a different freaking outfit. I checked the schedule of the bus to see what time the bus is gonna come, so that I don't show up to Bible study late, because I don't like being late anywhere. And it says it's gonna show up at this particular time, and I made sure that it was like the right updated time, and it says it was. So I go to the actual bus stop. Tell me why I check it again. It says it's like 20 minutes delayed. And by the time I would have got to church, I would have been like almost an hour late for the Bible study. So I was already pissed off with everything else I had to deal with that day. And I was dealing with like really bad intrusive thoughts of just bad intrusive thoughts of wanting to like off myself. And so in that moment, the thought that I almost gave into was like, yo, like there's mad cars passing by, like you could just like easily make it look like you tripped and then get hit by a car, but you just gotta like time it right so that you actually get hit by a car, you know. That was an intrusive thought that went in my head. Did I do it? No, because if I did, I wouldn't be here recording this video, you know. So that happened literally a few days ago. So I've been dealing just with like really bad mood swings, manic episodes for like the past freaking month. And so with stuff like that, like, you say you there for me, you say you care for me, but it's like, what if it's like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm in a bad manic episode, I'm holding a blade to my arm, and I call you like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm in a situation where I'm like legit about to hurt myself, or I'm about to kill myself. Will you actually pick up the phone? Will you actually pick up the phone? Will you rush over here to help me, or call someone else to help me in that moment? Will you actually be there for me? Will you? Like, will you actually be there and listen to me explain all the different disturbing, intrusive thoughts that go into my head? Will you be there for me and understand the way my trauma runs so deep that I hate myself as a whole entire being? Will you be there for me when I feel alone, even in a crowd of people? Will you be there for me when I have a panic attack in the middle of a public event? Will you be there for me when I haven't left my house for days, haven't showered for days, haven't eaten for days, have let dirty clothes pile up in my laundry basket, have let dishes piled up for a week in my sink? Will you be there for me? Will you? You say you will, but then when it comes to like real shit like that, and then there's people like me who deal with like passive suicidal ideation, but then there's people who deal with chronic, like active, like suicide attempts. Could you handle that? Would you be willing to love someone who struggles with that? Will you? You say you will, but when you're in the moment, it's gonna be a lot. Especially for people who don't understand how complex it goes. Because it's not just spiritual. Not everything is spiritual. Can there be spiritual things to it? Yes, but it's like people go through traumatic shit their whole life. Bro, like I literally, my first traumatic experience was the age of 4. The age of 4. 4! And I still get triggered by different things every day. Things that I wouldn't even think triggered me. Like recently, not recently, but like a few months ago, I was down south with family that I was staying with, and we went to the park. I see my brother like go to the swings with his daughter, their only daughter. They have 3 boys, 1 girl. It's just chilling. He's like hanging out with her by the swing, but then it triggered a memory of how when I was young with my siblings, we were by like my aunt's house by like Ratona Park in the Bronx. And I'm on the swings, we having just like a good time, and my biological mother, I'm adopted by the way, biological mother comes up the street. And she like gives like just warm embrace, hugs, and kisses to all my siblings. When she comes to me, she just be like, hey, little pat on the head, and walks away. Seeing my brother be with his daughter on the swing brought that traumatic memory back to me. And it wasn't even a bad thing that triggered me. It was a good thing. That good thing triggered a bad memory. And it brought back those emotions that came with it. From me watching my fucking brother on the swing with his daughter. Would you be able to be there for me in moments like that? Because like you say you're gonna be there for someone, but then when it gets ugly, like you can't take it, or you get scared, or you get mad at me for even experiencing the shit I experienced. Like, oh, I'm sorry. Like I wanted to be fucking depressed. Like I wanted to go through insane amounts of trauma and abuse from the age of like 4 years old up until I was fucking like 20, like in my early 20s, and I'm 28 now. Like I'm sorry that I was traumatized. I'm sorry that my life was fucked up. It wasn't my fault, but I'm sorry. Like I don't know why I went on that rant, but this video, yeah, I'm making to talk about my 1-year anniversary since my last suicide attempt. And like how I said, videos where I talk about this topic don't get a lot of attention or views, and I don't care. I am doing this not even just for me, for the people like me who have a similar shared experience with me of being a Christian, living with mental illness, struggling with or have struggled with like anything dealing with like anything suicidal ideation, suicidal attempts, passive suicidal ideation, intrusive thoughts, anything like that. Because we do exist. Like Christians with mental illness do exist. Like, hello, me. And a lot of us don't have a voice because there's still a lot of stigma and taboo label put on it, which is sad. Not even just in the church, but outside the church as well, but still in the church still. because there's still a lack of understanding and compassion when it comes to people like me and the things that I deal with and struggle with. And I make the content that I do because my experience deserves to be shared and it deserves to be heard. And I made a TikTok, I forget of when I made it, but essentially like me, I was like just the chronicles of like a BPD Christian and things like that, and saying of how like, oh, like God can't heal me from this, but he doesn't have to. Like God has the ability to be able to heal people. He doesn't have to, because he can have you go through something to still glorify himself through you, to show other people that this person has gone through hell and high water and they still saying yes to me. They are still worshiping me. They are still dying to themselves daily to build a relationship with me and to show other people in the world that God is good. And that may be what God is doing in my life. I do not have a certain answer for that. But that is a reality that I've had to accept, that could be my actual reality, that I live with depression, anxiety, and BPD for the rest of my life. That could be my reality. And again, that is not me saying that, oh, God can't heal me from this. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that he doesn't have to. He could have me be in this situation for the rest of my life, but then elevate my faith, elevate my vision, my hope in him in the same situation. That is like me strengthening myself to know that God is good, and then within that, God is getting the glory. Because at the end of the day, that is what it is about. God getting the glory. That is what it's all about. And I know that there is other people out there like me who, for very understandable reasons, don't want to share their story because of just like being seen as crazy and being misunderstood. Which no one in the church should feel that way. No one in the church should feel that way. I started talking about this stuff, and I talk about it on my TikTok and even have my podcast about it, to make a safe space. Because I had this conversation very recently with a good friend of mine who I serve on the worship team with, that I love my church. Love my church. Love the community. I love the people, pastors, everybody. I love it, but I don't feel safe because there's no space for people like me. Like there's like somewhat of like the same like lane, like level of like me being black, me being a black Christian, me being a black female, you know, because a good chunk of our congregation is African American. But me being a black female Christian with mental illness, there's no space for me. I have to make my own space. I have to fight for myself. And then there's things that I deal with that a lot of people who can't relate and who only know about it through like either seeing it on social media or like seeing it because like they heard from like another person, or like they've like met someone that like they said they had this. Like it's no like kind of direct connection they have to it. It's like an indirect connection. So there's no real understanding unless they take the time to be willing to understand and like do research and ask the proper questions and like do it out of just compassion for the person. Not to make yourself look like a good Christian and be like, oh, I'm for the people, I fight for the cause. Like, no. Do it because God commanded you to love people and to care for those who are less fortunate and to cry with those who cry, and to be angry with those who are angry, to sit with those who are in the lowest, deepest, darkest pit of their life. That is what you are called to do. That is what being an advocate is. And me making the content that I do, I hope that I'm being the best advocate that I can be. Not even just for myself, but for anyone who comes across this type of content that I make on whatever platform that I do share this content. So yes, it has been 1 year since my last suicide attempt. It obviously has not been easy, and I still deal with very intrusive thoughts. The best way that I could describe it is that I don't want to kill myself, but if I was put in a situation where my life was in danger, I may not do anything about getting myself out of danger. I may not do anything about the fact that I could actually lose my life. I may purposely, that's where I'm at. And that's where I have been for a very long time. Even before my last suicide attempt, I've been like that. And again, it's not easy. And to people who may not understand, especially the super Christian, super spiritual, Pharisee type Christians, I don't expect you to understand. Don't expect you to understand. I don't expect you to want to understand. Because y'all are probably watching this video right now and already trying to come up with a whole bunch of Bible verses to spit at me like bullets from a fucking machine gun. And guess what? I don't want your Bible verses because I didn't ask for them. There's the one thing that I find wrong with a lot of people is that they want to give help because they think they know the answer for everything. Because they think that a specific answer will solve a complex problem when that's not the case. There's a lot of times, not even just for me, but for other people, where it's we don't want a resolution. We just want our shit to be heard. We want to be able to express our fucking feelings. That's what we want. That's what we need. Because again, we need a safe space because we haven't had that for so long. That's how walls get built up. That's how unhealthy coping mechanisms get built up. Isolating ourselves, dark humor. So, yeah. I know that this video will come across the paths of the people who need it, which I'm hoping it does, even if it's 2 people, to know that there is someone like you who is struggling. Not has, but is, because I still am struggling. And that we just have to take it day by day. It's been 1 year, and I pray to God that I'm able to add another year to that in 2024, and then so on and so forth. And for whoever's watching this, if you're celebrating, whether it's been a week, a month, a year, or even you went a day without any intrusive thoughts, know that I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. And you may feel like it's not nothing because people don't understand the fight that you fight every day, and you feel like it's not worth anything. Know that people do see you. The right people see you. And God sees you. And He loves you, no matter where you're at. And even if you don't believe in God, know that there is a higher power that does truly care for you. And so do I. I apologize for this video being all over the place. It turned into a rant in the middle of it, but I hope you like this video, and I don't think I'm gonna do a lot of editing for this video either. This video is probably gonna be 30 minutes long, something like that, giving very much raw, unedited, because this is me. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more content like this from me, if you want me to do a video in the future where I answer questions regarding this topic or just anything dealing with mental health in general, you can put the questions in the comment below, or you can submit it in the Google Doc form that I have in the description, where you can like put your questions there, or like specific topics you want me to talk about on the channel. And also make sure you subscribe. Please make sure you subscribe. Next goal is 800 subscribers, because I think we're at like we're almost at 730. So next goal is like 800 subscribers. That's what I want us to get to. That's what I want the royals. This is what we're called, the royals, to get to, okay? But from wherever and whenever you're watching this, I hope you're having an amazing day. Know that you are loved, seen, heard, and important to me. If not to anyone else, but to me. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.